The manual processing of highly viscous two-part silicone grades requires a pneumatic dispensing gun. A number of static mixers suitable for different silicones are available for use with any given dual cartridge system. Choosing the right mixer is critical. Using the gun to process the silicone correctly means having to address several issues. When inserting the cartridge, first place it on the pistons, making sure that it is not at an angle, and then insert it into the front chamber. The next step is to equalize the filling levels of the two cartridge compartments or chambers in order to achieve the proper mixing ratio later on. Do this by applying compressed air to drive the pistons into the cartridge until a constant and uniform output of both components is achieved. Then, wipe off the cartridge's opening, making sure that the two components do not come in contact with each other, otherwise cured silicone could plug the openings. As mentioned earlier, it is very important to select the right mixer size to process the material correctly. This example initially shows a short mixer with 24 mixing elements. While the bead can be applied easily, it can be seen that when it is spread out, the two components have not been mixed homogeneously. This is because the static mixer does not contain enough mixing elements. Each time you replace the mixer, make sure that the fill levels of the two cartridge compartments are the same and that the opening is clean. If the mixer used is the right size and has enough mixing elements, in this case 36, the components will be mixed to form a homogeneous blend. This animation gives a simplified picture of what happens inside the mixing tube. The number of phases, 2 at first, 1 for each component, doubles with every mixing element. Passing 10 mixing elements should therefore produce 1024 phases, which theoretically corresponds to a homogeneous blend. In reality, however, the process is much more complex, which is why homogeneous mixtures of two-part silicones actually require at least 30 mixing elements. In addition, the geometry of the mixing elements and of the mixer tube impact the result. No marbling is visible when the bead is spread out later. This means that the mixture is homogeneous. If work is interrupted during the application process, you must keep a close eye on increasing viscosity, which is triggered by the onset of curing. It may be impossible to continue processing the material before the pot life has been reached. Increasing viscosity and even gel-like particles can greatly increase pressure within the cartridge and the mixer tube. This causes the mixer to bend out of shape and, in some cases, can cause the rear cartridge cap to burst. As such, dispensing a blank or replacing the mixer is generally recommended after roughly a third of the pot life.